Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. We have to agree that the truth is not found out through democratic vote. Okay? Truth is found out through research, through empirical observation, study, analysis, and so on. So it's not like how we vote, that's the truth. So if you have 5 people over there saying something and you have 1,000 on the other side saying something else and they vote, the sheer number must be telling the truth, which is those 5,000 are right, those 5 are wrong, just because they're 5,000. I heard this many times when you make a claim and people say, well, we all know that. Obviously, we all not know that. So let's have a little conversation. Or you say that everybody knows. Well, I don't think so. Let's talk about it. And you might be wrong, might be right. But my point is, democracy, that's not how you find out what's true and what's not true. Evidence. That's one. And the other one is, I would say that in the world, it works like this. In order for you to survive, you need to take care of yourself, which is to make sure you have shelter, you eat, you eliminate, you have this and that. First thing, how selfish it might sound, you need to have that. Now, the basic needs must be, covered. Now, if you then you expand to the next ones, next in kin, right? Which could be your mommy, your daddy, your wife, your husband, your daughter, your son, okay? And then you might expand cousins, uncles, grandparents, and so on. And then you might expand, like you can say, I don't know, neighborhood, friend 1, friend 2, and then acquaintances, and then everybody else, and then enemies. So it should be, and it is, I think, as the law of nature. If you love a stranger more than your family, there's something wrong. Now, it doesn't mean that the family, the member of the family did not do something wrong to you. But still, however you want to take it, the family member has a little bit more forever than that stranger. All right? But there are cases where, you have pedophiles and other people like that and family members, and then obviously those must be hated or at least, incarcerated and pay penalty for those crimes. You can't love that person more than a person who didn't do anything to you. With this said, we have here Robert F. Kennedy Jr., how should I put it mildly? He wants to be the President of the United States of America from the Democratic Party. He will not be allowed to even win the House. I'm not sure he's going to go in the primaries. I don't think he's going to reach that level. He's going to drop before that. He's not going to get into debates. He's going to be kept aside like a person with leprosy. So he said something that was whatever you want to take it. I don't think he implied what these guys are trying to imply, that he's, anti-Semitic and xenophobic, and the thing that he said about the COVID-19 and all that, and the tralala. I covered that. Maybe you're familiar with that. He said that might have been engineered, the COVID-19, as a bioweapon, and it seems like certain races, ethnicities, they have a disproportionate casualty rate or something like that, and people immediately said, and he mentioned Jews and Chinese, and everybody else jumped on him. He must be this and he must be that. I don't know if he is or he's not, okay? But you have family members coming out and telling this guy and everybody else, Robert Kennedy said, well, that's not what I meant. It was just taken out of context and this and that. And he tried to back his statement how good he could. And then family members, his sister, and I think his cousin or something, and some family members come and say that they detest their family members' statements, and they can do that, which I think is stupid. Why do you have to come out and say it? Why? Is anybody pushing you? Is an interest? Why do you just go and take a dump on a family member. What did he do to you that you need to go out and take a dump on your brother? In this case, we have this woman right here, and own sister right here is slamming the candidate over his baseless suggestion that COVID-19 was, and I'm quoting, ethnically targeted to spare Jews and Chinese people. Well, he didn't say that, he said differently, but anyway, why do you need to come out and say, I'm gonna have her here, Kennedy, I strongly condemn my brother's deplorable and untruthful remarks last week about COVID being engineered for ethnic targeting. Why do you need to say this? I mean, first, see, the article is made like if the family comes against him, he must be wrong. I don't even care. The thing is, these guys are pushing, the family says that, oh my God, this guy is a bad person if his own family turns against him. We don't know what's going on here between her and Kennedy, but she coming out and saying that, to me, is very weird, strange, whatever the synonym we want to call. You want to substitute for two that I already provided. I don't know. And besides, if she says that, why don't you talk to the guy? Okay, why do you have to come out? What interests, what hatred? Because she's not coming over there as a virtuous person saying, oh my God, I need to get into this. I need to tell the brother he's an asshole. He's this and that. I condemn it. Who made you come out? Why? And Business Insider treats this like, see, even his own family, man. Well, anyway, my point is here not to say that this guy is an anti-Semite or is a xenophobe or whatever he is. That's, others. And my point is the family, beep, beep, yeah, he's bad. Why do you need to come out and say that? Even if he's bad, why do you need to come and say that? Something in there. They made another article where they say, well, the Kennedys had a little meeting and the family, and in the family picture, Robert F. Kennedy was not over there. So, could be weird, but I don't really care. Why do I care? Even his family hate him. That was the point of all that. And I'm like, I don't care if his family hate him or not. It doesn't mean that they're never necessarily right in hating him. I don't know about it. I don't know what's going on over there. I just listen to what the guy is saying. Good and bad. We all make mistakes. We all say things that other people might not like, or things that we believe in them and might not be true, or they're not true. So this is one article. I'm going to show you another article where you have the whole Klan coming out right here. Obviously, this is from Daily Beast. But anyway, Kennedy Klan comes out against RFK Jr.'s latest outrage. Yes. So he says, so far, 3 members of the Kennedy dynasty have distanced themselves from the presidential candidate's conspiratorial remarks. 1, 2, and the other one, I can't remember, it's one down there. So Joe Kennedy III, the former U.S. representative, okay, my uncle's comments were hurtful and wrong. Why do you need to say that? Who makes you say that? Your conscience? I unequivocally condemn what he said. Okay, all right, good to know. Now go back and smoke a joint, go and have a hooker, and do what you do best, lie. I mean, to do like that, or whatever you do, really. His statements do not represent what I believe or what Robert F. Kennedy human rights stand for. With our 50-plus year track record of protecting rights and standing against racism and all form of discrimination, end quote, she said. This is Carrie Kennedy, the one that said that she felt it deplorable and untruthful. Okay, all right, that's it. And then Joe Kennedy II offered a similar take. Bobby's comments are morally and factually wrong, he said. In a statement, they play on, and I'm quoting, anti-Semitic myths and stoke mistrust of the Chinese. His remarks in no way reflect the words and actions of our father, Robert Kennedy. What? I hate these people, man, when they come out and say, I apologize in the name of my father. No, you don't apologize. Well, that doesn't represent my father's beliefs. What are you talking about? You can only represent yourself, not even your children, just yourself. That's all. You know, since when whomever, let's say I have, 5 brothers, and I'm going to be the spokesperson of my father? Who appointed me? What do I know what he really would say? The same with these things. Well, in the name of this, I forgive you. What do you mean in the name of this, you forgive me? Or I'm coming to wash your sins. Psst, really? That's kind of like, how do you call it, arrogant, don't you think? Maybe I don't want this. I want them to be washed by my own actions. I don't want anybody to come and wash them for me. Oh, I do that. I don't want. I do it anyway. I don't want. I do it. It's written. Okay, the same with this guy. Do not reflect. And it's another weasel down there, down the line, who says the same thing. We condemn this. It's at the bottom. Let me show you. That's some comments he made in 2019. And obviously he said something again. He said in 2022, Kennedy Jr. implied that public health responses to the pandemic were most extreme than life in Nazi Germany, saying, and I'm quoting, even in Adolf's Germany, you could cross the Alps to Switzerland. You could hide in an attic like Anne Frank did, end quote. His celebrity wife, now actress Papa wrote on Twitter that, and I'm quoting, my husband's opinions are not a reflection of my own. Nobody asked you. Of course they're not. While we love each other, we differ on many current issues. 3. What? What is this? I mean, where I come from that piece of thing, Romania, for me, this is, what are you talking about? Of course they don't represent you. Why do you have to say that? Because we live in such a society that if one family member said something over there that was wrong, somehow through collective guilt or collective punishment, you have to make a point. No, I'm not. No, I support you. No, what is this? And this is the Kennedy family. This is not the Gigi family. It's Kennedy that supposedly has power and all that. Maybe that's exactly why. They have to come out and, don't say anything. Nobody asked you to say anything. They all came out. Now, maybe there's a reason why Kennedy is not talking to these guys. And now, possibly, I can see why. Because these guys are jumping out, click a button, or not even a button. They know reflexively that they have to jump and say something. Remember to what I said at the beginning of this video. Family, you, family, right? Then friends, acquaintances, everybody else, enemies. Where do these guys, family members by birth, do you think fit in all this? Here or here? Keep your mouth shut. And this plays with them. People say, well, you know what? This is another stupid thing that sometimes I hear. Usually, I have to say a certain kind of group that uses, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. Really? Should we apply that to this woman right here? Well, that's the truth. We have to condemn that. Well, if you don't say anything nice, don't say it. This is just to show you how dumb that expression is if you use it. Don't say, well, what? Emil, if you have nothing to say nice, my mommy told me that you should not say it. Why don't you use that and don't tell me that? Because what you just said to me was not nice and you said it. So your mommy taught you something that is dumb. Because that means you're going to be mute forever. Because whenever you say something, you might hurt the other person. So you don't know that you're going to hurt that person. So maybe you know you're going to hurt it. Like these guys with Kennedy, what do you think they say that? To help him? No, none of these guys suggested any kind of help to him in any way. They just said he's a bad dude. We're not with him. He's a dead person for us. He's right there. I don't know, a carcass. Basically, that's what this guy said. He's a carcass. Don't touch him. He's with little worms on him. And I don't know how you call those guys. But anyway, the white stuff. I can't remember that way. Anyway, so you know what I'm talking about. So here we have this situation. As I said, I'm not here to discuss whatever he said. I'm just pointing out the family, the mass media that salivates as if these guys are saying, yes, he's a bad dude, he's a bad dude. Well, let me think about what he said and how he said it. The next day he came and he said, let me clarify, you mofos, what I said. And I said, okay, move on. Move on. Go to something else. No, these guys stuck. Why? The day, first, I'm not a supporter of Robert F. Kennedy, even though he has a lot of things that I agree with. But I can't, it was obvious when the guy came out and made the first two statements, and I covered them. I said, the mass media, these guys are unelectable. These guys are going to jump on him like a lot of flies on honey pot. That's what they did. Since then, nothing good about this guy. He's like a something that you just go. And I tell you, if this guy, Robert Kennedy, tomorrow says, you know what, I'm done with politics, everybody's going to be, that's how it's going to be, the media, dead. We're going to be, okay, the craze is gone, right? Now let's focus on our pronouns. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.